Hi, I'm Sonego. I'm the Experience Design Director in Melbourne, and I've got a crack team of professionals working for us in Melbourne, Sydney, Perth and Canberra. Yeah, good question. So what is experience design? Experience design is taking the desire of the business to create a product or service and marrying that with the technical feasibility of it, but more importantly, bringing in the perspective of the user, seeing if users actually have a need for this product or service that the business wants to create. And that's what the experience design team really does. They bring the user into the center of the design process, and they prototype and iterate and learn, and they find opportunities that can help us solve problems in ways that perhaps the business or the technology that they were relying upon they hadn't realised up front. Why Isobar? I can take you back to, I remember my very first interview to come here, and it wasn't Isobar then, it was Visual Jazz, and they were building the what was called the UX team that was part of strategy. And I didn't know a lot about creative agencies. I'd never really worked in that side, but to be honest, I didn't really care about that because I knew they were building a UX team, and I was excited by that. But I'll tell you, after my first week, any nervousness or doubts I had about the place were quickly dispelled. It was phenomenal. Everybody in this place, and this was a much smaller office then, they were highly skilled. We were end-to-end, which I bloody loved. It's like you went from account service, strategy, user experience, design, back-end, front-end, quality assurance, optimization. It was gold. It was making the whole widget, and that was fantastic. And great people and culture. Everybody was welcoming, and the culture's really, it's a credit to Collins and Vic that started it off, because it hasn't really dissipated. It's still there. Moments at work. I mean, this is what makes Isobar the place it is. It's really pretty special. Some of my favourite memories are based on work. So I had really enjoyable time working with Woody on the MCG. That was a somewhat grueling project, but working with him was fantastic, and just sharing the jokes and keeping each other sane and honest was great. And the same thing goes for Holden. I remember doing user research with Kim, doing dealer research, and we had to have fake IDs, and I was an architect like George Costanza, and Kim was into interior design, pretending to be a married couple. That type of stuff is good, and that's the work-related stuff. But there's bigger things that Isobar does, which is fantastic. We got a Friday meeting, which is really good to get everybody together and see how things are going. We've got a beer tap, we've got food, wonderful. We get our monthly breakfast, which are fantastic. We've got Night of Nights, which is absolutely huge, and it was one of the best party nights and award ceremonies. And yeah, our Experience Design team had a cracking year this year. We got MVP and taken it for the team with Jules and Jess. So yeah, it was all good.